Day one of X Games California, and skateboarding takes center stage here at the iconic Ventura Fairgrounds. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Women's Skateboard Street Elimination, live from X Games California. What's happening, everybody? Brandon Graham joined alongside the pro, Amelia Brodka. And Amelia, Women's Skateboard Street does not always have an elimination. This is really special because we've got 13 of the best on the planet. Only 8 will be moving on.
That's right. We've got some veterans and we've got some newcomers here that might be able to make that cut into the top 8. It's going to be a super exciting field today, and I'm excited to see what goes down. Yeah, we have an amazing lineup anchored by a couple of, I was going to say future superstars, but they really are 2 budding superstars that are the present in Women's Skateboarding Street, headlined by a couple of big names, including Chloe Covell. That's right, Chloe. Actually, Momiji Nishia is the defending gold medalist here from Summer X Games. She won last year, and she was actually trying to one-up herself last year by going for a big flip front board, which would be super fun to see, but she's just got great style. And then as I got ahead of myself, because I'm so excited to watch Chloe on this course, I don't know if anybody's got the technical bag of tricks that Chloe Covell has out here at Ventura. Absolutely. She's really pushing the game here. She's the only one skating switch in this field, and she's now flipping out of grinds. She's really making everybody else level up. So it's going to be a really fun duel between the two. See what goes down. Well, there's a look at our beautiful course for the day, and I'm jealous. The guy who's going to be there all day, the 3rd member of our team, Corbin Harris. Let's head out to Corbin for a little vibe check. What do we got going on over there, Corbin?
Yeah, thanks very much, Brando. We are here on the platform with a familiar face, Leticia Buffoni, the most decorated X Games female athlete in skateboard of all time, with 6 gold medals to her name. Now, I know you've been doing a lot of car racing lately and other things. How do you like the course? What's going on? Are you feeling it? Are you in the mode?
Man, I've been really focused in car racing this past few months. And it's amazing to be at a skateboarding event, which I've been doing for 17 years. So it's amazing to be back. The course is beautiful. A little hard to do runs, but I like it. It's a fun course.
All right, we're excited to see you out there. Good luck today. Back to you, Brando.
Yeah, it's so exciting to see Leticia. We really just don't see her skate in many contests anymore. Not that she needs to, but she's been the queen here for so long. But check out the start list. Who will be joining Leticia out here? Here's just the first half of our roster. We've got Mariah Duran in there, who we all know and love. We're really excited to see her skate. And we've got some newcomers. We've got Christine Cottom, we got Shiloh Katori, and they're going to bring some really new flavor to this field. But as we said, joining Leticia, 2 just heavy hitters, Chloe Covell, Momiji Nishia, and Liz Akama. I'm really excited to watch out here once again on the X Games stage. Liz has been really crushing it at practice, and you know, I would not be surprised if she were to win this whole thing. But we're not going to get too much ahead of ourselves. Today is just the qualifying for the finals, but it's surely going to be a battle because you got to get into that top 8. And it's so good to have fans back in the mix here at Summer. All is right in the world. We've got a packed house here at Ventura Fairgrounds to watch Women's Skateboard Street Eliminations put it down. There you see Mariah Duran, who's actually won this event twice before, 5 career X Games medals. She kicks things off here in 2023. Mariah's really known for a really beautiful hard flip, and she actually did it down a big 3 block at the Albuquerque Civic Center, which is no joke. So bringing that to the course here is going to be easy for her in comparison. So here's Mariah kicking things off on run number 1. That wasn't the start she wanted. She kind of slipped into a front board as opposed to a front feeble, but the fact that she stayed on and she saved it just goes to show how masterful she is at skateboarding. Love the picnic table incorporation here. She's kind of, maybe she was shook a little bit by that front feeble going wrong. Just did a couple 50-50s trying to get her bearings. But the thing about the run format is you have to be consistent. You have to stand it. Last 10 seconds for Mariah. Oh, that kickflip. She did not have enough speed, I don't think, to
to really make it past. But, you know, that's going to be a throwaway run for her. It's hard to be the first skater in because you're kind of setting the stage, you're setting the vibe, and, you know, you kind of have to let the judges get accustomed to the format as well. So, oh, she kind of did stay in that front feeble, but it was, you know, maybe not as well executed as she would have hoped. Really cool to see it from that other angle, though.
That's interesting. This course really is a throwback of former X Games street courses from yesteryear. But for so many of these skateboarders, they've really grown up in that more directional plaza-style course. So it is fascinating to see how they will navigate this here today.
That's right, and I think it's going to be interesting to see Leticia in here too, because the flow is very different, and she's very much a flow skater. But next thing we've got Paige Hines starting off with a beautiful back Smith. Oh, and going switch. Taking a page out of Chloe's book with a switch front board. The judges are going to love to see that.
Paige Hines making her X Games second X Games appearance, I should say. We saw her in Japan just a couple of months ago where she had a 9th place finish.
Setting up for a switch flip.
And Paige is from Tempe, Arizona. What is it about Arizona that's just producing so many fantastic skateboarders on both the men and women's side?
I would venture to say that KTR has a lot to do with it.
Thought you might.
You know, they have a really great program there. They have a lot of different parks. Oh, wow, switch 50? Okay, that is a beautiful trick. It's very hard to just get onto, but to stay locked in and the come off switch, I really appreciated seeing that. I love that there's more trick diversity going on in this field. You know, I feel like once some of the skaters started seeing Chloe doing different tricks and Haisa doing different tricks and Liz Akama bringing different tricks to the game, they stopped kind of going, oh, what's she doing to win? I'm going to do that. They started just thinking, all right, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to think of some new tricks to throw in there. And, you know, that's what skateboarding's all about. So it's really good. I think it's really needed in this field.
Our next skater to drop in, making her debut, also from Arizona, Christine Cottom. Let's learn a little bit more about Christine in her own words.
Growing up, I skated with Deshaun Jordan and Jagger Eaton because I'm from Phoenix. So I was always kind of in that culture and like on that move.
Yeah, 17 years young, making her X Games debut. Here's Christine Cottom.
I think that Leticia has been skating X Games events as long as Christine has been alive. That's a pretty wonderful fact there. That's a testament to how well Leticia maintains her health and her ability to skate. That was a rough start for Christine, but you know, a thing to look out for with her is she's got a really cool style, and once again, she does bring a unique bag of tricks to this field. And I've just been loving to see the different flavors come out just in this collection of skaters.
And each skater only getting 2 runs. Best single run counts. And you hope that you're one of the top 8 when the dust settles to move on to tomorrow's final. We'll get to Leticia a little later on as she'll be dropping in towards the end of our field. But this year is the 10-year anniversary of Leticia Buffoni earning her first ever career X Games gold medal.
Wow, that's incredible, because we even have some skaters here that are 10 years old that are going to be blowing us away. So for those of you who don't typically watch vert, this is my invitation to encourage you to please watch women's vert.
The return of women's skateboard vert this weekend at X Games. All is right in the world. Yes, we are hyped for that. So here's Shiloh Katori out of Tampa, Florida, also making her X Games debut, just 14 years old, Amelia.
And she has some great things up her sleeve here. I'm really excited to see it. I won't reveal it now. She's already off to a good start with a lip slide and a Smith grind. First one to be hitting this double set so far. Nice front 50. Looking great so far. I've seen Shiloh in a couple exposure events, but this is her first really big debut. That is what I'm talking about, Brandon. I can't express to you how tall that thing is. It probably goes up to her armpit. And wow, and the crooked grind, it's looking really, really good.
Welcome to Ventura. Welcome to the X Games, Shiloh. And that crowd is roaring. for the 14-year-old. And Amelia's giving it an awesome.
Okay, I hope that we get to watch that nose slide again, because that, well, this was great as well. A really good way to start your run with a lip slide on the bump to bar. Nice front 50 down the double set handrail.
Oh, so steezy. Officially X Games mode.
This is what I'm talking about. Okay, that sign, it goes up to her armpit, okay? We're not gonna see a lot of people in this field hitting that sign. I've actually seen some girls get truly smoked on that thing. And for her debut, for her first run,
We have
right
a
out of
new
the gate,
leader. 78.33, Shiloh taking over first place. You know what? Let's talk to our head judge, Jason Rothmeyer. Jason, how about that for an X Games debut from Shiloh?
That was legit, right? That no slide on the sign, that's what put you in there. That was the first person to hit it that we've seen so far.
So while we have you, Jason, just give us a rundown of what you guys are looking for specifically on this street course here today.
There's a lot of options out there, right? So I feel like it's a good course. We're not going to see the same run over and over. Not everyone's going to have to take the same line. So there's a lot of variety. You got to mix it up.
Amazing. Thank you. And we will be checking in with the judges here throughout the day.
Aori is certainly a familiar face out here. She's already won 3 golds, a silver, and a bronze. And she's got a really great feature in a documentary series from Monster, Aspire, Inspire. And starting off with a back lip is a really phenomenal way to set the stage for your run. That is a tough trick. And she's just unfortunately there she stepped off on a back 50, a simple go-to trick for someone like Aori, but she's a contest veteran. She knows how to shake off those nerves and to keep rolling, and she also knows she has another run.
And for Nishimura, remember, as you said, 3 gold medals from 2017 to 2019. Really, she was the face of this contest. She had sort of, at least temporarily, taken the mantle away from Leticia Buffoni, and we thought, this is the future. Who's going to catch Aori? And unfortunately, injuries kind of have sidetracked her for the last couple of years, but it seems like every contest over the last 18 months, she's getting a little healthier and a little more comfortable, Amelia.
Absolutely. I think that was definitely a bit of a throwaway run for her. She really only did tricks on the one feature, the bump to bar, and the down rail attached to it. But it was a good way to warm up. That crooked grind was beautifully pinched on that front foot. And I know that she's just going to bring us way more in the second run and most likely be a finalist. But she's been really focused on doing some modeling and fashion design as well. And she's just a diverse human being. She's got a lot of different talents and abilities to bring to the table. So she's really kind of filled her downtime while she's been healing from those knee injuries.
Who is going to catch Katori, who is our current leader here on run 1? Could it be Kate Oldenbuving, making her 3rd X Games appearance, 18 years old?
Nice nose slide by Kate. So she was the one I was talking about. Oh, nice back 3. That's a fun flair to add to this. So she went for that sign the other day. If you see her face, it's a little bit bandaged. She fell straight to her face trying to nose slide that sign. So that sign is 2.5 feet tall.
Wow.
And going to your face from that is,
yeah, and that means a lot when you're 5'5" like Kate. That is some real estate.
Seriously. So she just went for a 3-shove out of that lip slide, and that's gonna definitely set her apart because it's a bit more of a technical trick. Anytime you're spinning or flipping your board out of a grind or a slide, that's definitely gonna catch the eyes of the judges.
So that'll do it for Kate's first run. And again, over the years, it's been much more directional plaza-style courses. There are just so many different routes the skaters can take. They've had all week to practice, but it seems like that one item for them to address is, where do I feel most comfortable from getting A to Z over 45 seconds?
That's right. There's a bit of a different flow to this course. There is kind of a top section that you can skate, but then you'd have to ollie in to skate the bottom section. So there's going to be a bit more stepping off, I think, than we're used to seeing in recent X Games. But, they wanted to bring the true street skating flair to this course, and I think they've done an excellent job in replicating a schoolyard vibe.
So here's Zhang Wenhe making her 2nd X Games appearance. We actually saw her back in China when we were in Shanghai back in 2019. So good to have her back on the X Games stage 4 years later.
Yes, she's been really focused on just different events and progressing, because she's actually hasn't even been skating that long. She's maybe been skating for 5 years, which is incredible to think about the level of tricks that she's bringing to the table, because to master some of these tricks in such a short period of time is no easy feat.
Yeah, she actually represented China at the Tokyo Games.
That's right.
Had a 6th place finish, so still a lot of bright skateboarding in her future. Still just 18 years old.
Making it the finals of the Olympics it's very impressive, and especially as someone who's a rookie to the sport in general, it's great to watch.
So we turn our attention to Hina Maeda, making her 3rd X Games appearance. We saw her just a couple of months ago with an 8th place finish in Chiba, trying to find that first career X Games podium.
The thing to look out for with Hina is she's an excellent street skater. She's put out some really good video parts, and she kind of brings that street skating style to this course. And I think that serves her really well, because it just gives her a different approach. She's got a whole different vibe about her, and I'm just excited to see her second run, because this is going to be a throwaway, unfortunately. But she's got such a cool style. She's one of my favorites to watch out here.
So
she might call it. She
gonna
might call
do it for Hina's run 1. Again, if you're just joining us, it's eliminations, but only 2 runs out here today. Margin of error razor thin, and only 8 will be moving on to the final.
It's hard to be one of the first events as well, because
No doubt.
everybody's kind of getting warmed up to the whole vibe of the weekend. You know, everybody's trying to set the stage, but they're also trying to feel out, where is the rest of the field? What do I have to do to get into the finals? And also, what should I save for the finals? It's there's definitely some contest strategy to think about here.
Which makes it all the more extraordinary that Katori in her X Games debut is in the top spot. There we see Pamela Rosa, obviously a mainstay here at the X Games. 6 medals in her career. She's won this event twice before. And oh, by the way, she just celebrated a birthday.
What a way to celebrate. She got to skate the course, do some big spin front boards fakie.
Feliz aniversario. Leticia Buffoni just looked over. She's like, yeah, that was good. All right. That's the only Portuguese I will be speaking this weekend. Pamela Rosa, crazy right now, just turned 24 years old. This is her 16th X Games appearance. Make the math make sense to me, Amelia.
I can't make the math make sense to you, because that's an incredible amount of X Games to have skated in such a short amount of time. And speaking of short amount of time, this is a skater who we know can pack a ton of tricks into a run, because she skates fast. She skates faster than most of the competitors out here, and I think that's what makes her style really fun to watch. And the thing about her is she has to get in the flow. So she knows, like, she's not going to get back in the flow now. She's not a fan of wasting time. So she's just going to save it for her second run.
As we said, 6 X Games medals, 2 of them gold, but she has not got on the podium since back in Norway X Games in 2018. So it's been a minute, but she is always a threat to get on that podium because of her experience, because of the consistency she shows, and hopefully we see that shine on run number 2 for her.
She's actually been mentored by Leticia Buffoni.
Yes.
Which is really rad to just see them competing together for years now.
We talk about that torch passing, right? What felt like Leticia took her under her wing. She's now doing that with Haisa. But here now, Liz Akama, who's just been on fire as of late.
She's truly been the practice standout of the weekend. And I can kind of tell by her body language that she's already qualified for the finals, because she's looking really relaxed, very composed, already has a couple tricks down. I can tell this is a safety run, you know, which is smart as a competitor. And the fact that a barley grind is part of her safety run.
She dialed.
That's beautiful.
She's got finals.
No one else is doing that trick in this field.
She's got finals on the mind. Liz Akama. Get to know the name. Final 2 seconds. By the way, Liz just got on the Flip AM team a month ago. The AM team. Oh, Amelia, you're giving it a not a good, not a great.
I had to give that an awesome. The ending of that run from 180 to switch 50 down that hubba on the double set. That is truly impressive. And I like her approach to contest skating because we're not seeing that from the rest of this field. She's truly taken a unique approach. And that barley grind, that is a thing of poetry.
Just absolutely locked in, Amelia.
So consistent on that too. That's what sets her apart as well. See, I'm telling you, her body language said, this is a warm-up for me. I've already made it to the finals. Let me just get this practice run out of the way here.
That was an amazing run, 76.33. Good enough to jump up into second place. So the judges know you've got something more in store. Here now, Chloe Covell.
Starting off with a nice crooked grind on the bump to bar. Beautiful kick flip. Wow! Kick flipping out of that.
Flip out? Are you kidding me?
Now she's setting up for a switch flip up the Euro. Wow, this level of consistency and flipping in, flipping out, flipping off, and going switch on that down rail. It's okay. She's already landed a lot.
The volume of tricks and the volume of tech in just 20 seconds.
It's so good.
Blows me away.
She's changing the game. She's changing the game,
So,
Brandon.
Amelia, for those watching who haven't watched Chloe skate before, wow! What is it about this 13-year-old that has you so excited?
She is focused on progressing the sport. She wants to do what no one else is doing. And you could tell that in her approach. I mean, last year, we saw her switch flip the biggest stair set on the course. That has not been done in this field before, Brandon. And the effortlessness on this kick flip down the 4 block, you know, anytime you're flipping your board, especially down a set of stairs, it's really, truly hard to stay consistent with that. And flipping out. No one in this field is flipping out of grinds. I can't say enough good things about Chloe because, I mean, look, she's 4'10". That rail's got to be at least 2 feet. So she's jumping half her body size onto a huge rail down the double set.
Wow, 77.33, even with the bail. Jason and the rest of the judges don't care. They know that that's a finals type of run for Chloe Covell.
Very interesting to me that, well, I guess she had a fall. Perhaps that is what she can improve upon. Because Shiloh put down a run where she did not fall.
And now, dropping in for her 22nd X Games appearance, the most decorated skateboarder in the history of the discipline, Leticia Buffoni.
See, that's what I'm saying. Leticia is all about flow. So she's finding the flow in this course, you know, and she's using the top part of the course, which is just a really great approach. The judges are going to appreciate that. Nice back nose grind on the hubba.
Owner of 12 X Games medals. She has won this event 5 times, plus a real street gold medal for a total of 6 career X Games gold.
That's incredible. And that gap up, it's pretty lengthy. And then you have to kind of maintain your height. Otherwise, you're going to clip your trucks on that rail. So that nice front 180 definitely required a lot of pop. Nice lip slide fakie. She's putting together a solid line here. That's not surprising, though. Leticia is super consistent. She knows how to skate a contest. She knows how to fit many tricks into her run. And she's looking really solid. You know, I know she had her hesitations about this course. It's not a flow that she's used to. Oh, it was a crooked grind. My mistake.
But a walk in the park, nonetheless, for Leticia. As we said, doesn't really skate many contests anymore, but she knows this is the stage where she has shined brightest throughout her career. And a great first run, good enough for a 70, putting her up into 4th. Remember, top 8 will be moving on to the final, so Leticia putting herself in position there after run 1.
She's always coming with the strategy of knowing where she needs to up the ante on her run. My goodness, speaking of upping the ante, heel flipping into her run and doing the casual and beautiful 50-50 into the bottom part of the course. 50-50ing that 2.5-foot tall sign like it's no problem. My goodness, Momiji is here to win.
Momiji Nishia, our defending gold medalist from last summer. She's got 3 X Games medals in 4 appearances.
That salad grind was just a beautiful trick. Not a lot of people are doing that one, and it just shows how much control you have to be able to pinch it in that way.
Amelia, there's such a relaxed nature to the way she's approaching this course. There isn't this hustle of, I gotta get all these tricks in. It's just somebody who seems very methodical and very in control with what she's doing.
I love just how she started off hot, heel flipping into the bank, and just transferring in with that 50-50, looking really casual. The fact that she was able to add this top part of the course into a solid flowing line just shows you mastery and shows you how well she knows how to put together a line. Right there. The way that she pinches that salad grind, it's kind of on her heel. It's between kind of a front blunt and a 5-0. And that just shows you how much board control she has.
What an opening run. Feels like we've been in X Games mode all run 1 here in Elimination. That's how elevated the skating has been. An 85.33 for Momiji. Unbelievable.
I'm not surprised. I am not surprised because she fit in a ton of tricks. They all looked effortless, but they were all very challenging.
1 run in here in Elimination, and Momiji Nishia comes correct on run number 1.
Here's Leticia Buffoni. Does she have what it takes to win her first ever gold?
This is her chance right now. Lip slide, that might do it.
Wow. Leticia's first ever gold medal comes in her home country on her final run.
I'm so happy. Thank you, guys. Obrigado, Brasil.
And that is where the legend started 10 years ago. How about the young Brando and Tony Hawk on that call? I guess Leticia and I are forever connected with that. We sort of earned that gold together, huh?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The most dominant woman in the history of this discipline. And if run 1 was any indication, she's going to make some noise and come final time.
You know, I think she may have even surprised herself because I saw her in practice one of the first days. She wasn't really feeling this course, but she made it flow. You know, she put it together, and she's going to have her step-up tricks in her second run, and it's really great to see her skate here.
Well, for more out on the course, let's head down to Corbin Harris.
Brando, it is exciting down here, let me tell you. Obviously, we had Momiji popping straight into first spot, but we have Shiloh in second spot. It's her first X Games ever. There's so many other skateboarders that have runs here too and complete them, like Chloe Cavell and also Liz Akama. So there's going to be a lot of switching and changing for the next heat. So I'm excited to see it. Back to you guys.
Yeah, we all are. Thank you, Corbin. It was just so elevated there on run number 1. Momiji doing what Momiji does there on that first run. But I do think, Amelia, Shiloh Katori has to be the story so far today in her X Games debut, sitting comfortably there in that second spot.
Honestly, she was already the talk of the town in practice because she was the first one to hit that sign, and she's been doing it so consistently that that trick alone is what makes her stand out. But she fits it in a line, and she skates fast, and she's got good style, and this is her X Games debut. And that is a huge undertaking to be able to perform that well. Your first run at your first X Games.
In front of a sold-out crowd here at the Ventura Fairgrounds, the debut of X Games California. But now the Albuquerque kid Mariah Duran, 26 years old, two-time gold medalist, dropping in, and she's sitting in that 7th spot, so she needs to give herself a little breathing room right now, Amelia.
She's not giving herself breathing room yet. That front feeble keeps getting a little weird on her, but she knew she had to step it up. She did that kickflip front board. That is a super technical trick to fit into your line, especially after you just got sloppy on a feeble. That's awesome. Putting it together so far, looking way more comfortable. She's got to definitely step it up a little bit because she's going to have the rest of the field nipping at her toes. She's in 7th right now, but she's got to stay in the top 8 this whole run.
Wow.
She traveled that kickflip a little bit sideways. That was wonderful that she was able to catch it and stomp it and ride away. And she looks surprised as well. She knows she kind of got away with a little bit of sloppiness, which the judges are going to see, but also they're going to appreciate, because when you're landing like that and you didn't step off, that in itself is a trick. And this front board, the kickflip front board, right after just getting away with that feeble, she made it happen there. She willed this run into completion.
Love that shot. So Mariah Duran stating her case to potentially climb up the ladder. Again, if you're just joining us, the top 8 will be moving on. A 73.66, so she improves upon her first run score and jumps up into the top 5.
That's going to put her in a much more comfortable position. I've been loving seeing Paige Hine really progress through the contest. Last year, she showed up at Exposure. She got 4th, so just missed the podium. But ever since then, she's been adding a lot of new tricks to her bag. I love the command on that back Smith. That is just a beautiful trick, and she did it in the textbook way. And the switch front board.
Paige Hine now sitting in that 7th spot. What can she do to potentially move up?
Wow, did she just throw a blunt fakie in her line? It's always fun when people use the quarter pipes and actually do real tricks on them versus just turning around. But speaking of real tricks, that switch flip was no joke either. Paige, front feeble.
Setting up for one final trick, Amelia.
Oh, she just went for that switch front 50. She got that in her first run.
And unfortunately, Paige getting hung up there on that rail to end the run.
I liked that run. It was a really good run. It was maybe not as fast as some of the other skaters will be skating. She did miss the last switch front 50, but I love that she's skating switch. And I love that she's taking these other tricks from, you know, the competitors she's seen, the front feebles that are scoring really well, the back Smiths that are scoring really well. She's clearly watching these contests and she's seeing what she needs to work on. And that's probably an influence of the whole KTR scene as well, because that's kind of what they're there for. They're there for the skaters that are trying to compete on the highest level.
KTR, Kids That Rip, the skate school owned by Jagger Eaton and his family. So a 71.66 for Paige. And that bumps her up 1 spot in the 6th.
Making more breathing room for herself. That's good. Definitely good. But Christine caught him. Oh, no. I was just going to say I'm hoping for a full pull from her. But I just want to see her land a couple of great tricks, because that ollie 1 foot down the 4 block, that's just super fun. It's got like a little, you know, karate flair to skateboarding, but she also does that in a back 180, which I don't ever really see. So I've really enjoyed that. It's been really fun to see just new faces and new tricks and new styles.
But progression breeds that, right? As the field continues to get augmented and more fierce competitors who become podium threats, and you see different types of skateboarding enter the chat, so to speak. And Christine Cottom's a perfect example of that.
Another skater who's using the quarter pipes and progressing and trying to run into Gary Rogers.
It's good to have Gary and Corbin there.
That's right.
Running security.
They saved her. But the frontside grand fakie was a really cool add-on as well. That's what I'm really liking about Christine's skating. she's different. Different is fun. And I think, to your point, Brandon, it is natural to see new tricks, but I think this field for so long was focused on seeing what does well and then learning those tricks that do well versus thinking about skateboarding as something more artistic, something more unique, and something that they can pick what tricks they want to do. It doesn't have to be dictated by what's doing well in a contest.
You know what I love? Gary Rogers isn't even working right now, and yet he still somehow ends up on TV, Corbin Harris. What's that?
I mean, we just have to pull him in anyhow, Brando. I don't know. I want him in here. I want his first pick. Apart from running into people on the street course.
That was your fault. No, put that on me.
Hey, who's your picks after those first runs?
So to me, Shiloh came out strong. It's her first X Games, bro. Seeing that line she put together, she was focused. And then Momiji, that style, coming off with that heel flip right here, not many people are flicking into that, maybe an ollie or 180. How she just came, I was like, whoa, like, it's definitely elevating, bro. It's stepping up. This is crazy. This is good to see. Shiloh went off.
Well, there he says that. Shiloh, back to you, Brando, in the booth.
Yeah, hey, we're right behind you guys. What's happening, Brandon Graham and Amelia Brodka here. We're in the middle of run number 2. Shiloh coming correct there on run number 1. Excited to see what she has for run number 2 as she's set to drop in. Momiji really setting the pace on run number 1, but Shiloh sort of playing with house money right now. She's got to feel pretty good, even though here it is, her X Games rookie, not quite sure what to expect about getting into the final, but how can she up her game here on run number 2?
Nice slip slide. Honestly, I'm gonna say it, she doesn't have to. She's looking pretty safe for the finals, and sometimes you really want to save something so that you don't reveal all your cards to the judges before the big show. But I love that she's still fully going for it anyway. She just missed that front 50. I cannot express to you how lengthy that double set is and how tall that rail is especially for a young kid like Shiloh. But I love that she is not shaken by falling down a huge set of stairs. And she's going straight for the biggest obstacle on the course, that sign.
Wow. Wow. What a way to wrap things up.
Well, let's hear it for the rookie out there, Shiloh Katsari.
Resilient. She is absolutely resilient.
Amelia liking what she saw.
I mean, look, she's already in second place. She did not have to land another full run. And she certainly did not have to skate the biggest obstacle on the course when she just fell down a set of stairs. So just so much respect for Shiloh, because she is here to give it her all. And I've just been loving seeing that smile on her face as well. She knows she's doing well. It's great.
So let's talk about it now, the dividing line for the final. We've got a 3-time gold medalist. There you see an Aori Nishimura, who is on the outside looking in. Plus a 2-time gold medalist, Pamela Rosa, who we'll get to in just a little bit, who will also be dropping in, who's trying to get into the finals. We're talking about some big names that have incredible resumes that have to come out and earn it here on run number 2, and it starts right now with Nishimura.
She is no stranger to making it happen when it's time. And it is time now. If she wants to make it to the finals, she's got to get a full pull. That got away from her last time, the back 50. It was a little sloppy this time, but she did not step off. I love that she's doing the nose manual as well. Always fun to see a tech flair added to the course. Nice slip slide. Flowing really well here so far. Making use of all that lower level obstacle. Oh, just sticking on that crooked grind. Maybe didn't have quite enough speed. You know, I'm not sure that she's going to be able to bump up her score with that. We'll see what the judges think. I know there weren't a lot of full pulls in the first runs. But regardless, it's good to see her healthy. It's good to see her out here, and she's smiling.
And as you can see on your screen, that 55.33 right now is the 8th spot score. She would need to best that to crack into the top 8. Was it enough on run number 2? A 60.66, it is very jumpy. a sigh of relief, but she can't breathe too easily because the skater that she just bumped out, Kate Oldenbuving, drops in now, sitting right behind her in that 9th spot. Can she claim it back, Amelia?
It's certainly possible. She's got, oh no, maybe not. Maybe spoke too soon. You know, she's fallen her 3rd trick in. She might be able to recover because I already did fall as well in her run. You know, Kate took a pretty gnarly slam yesterday on her face on that sign. She's trying to get it together here. She knows she has a chance at the finals. Oh no, that might be it for Kate. Certainly a good showing. I was hoping we would see that board slide 3 shove. Tricks like that are certainly her specialty. Oh, she heard me. Thanks, Kate. I'm glad that you tried.
So a score of 47 for Kate, officially eliminated, unfortunately. She did sit in the top 8 there until Nishimura took it from her. Hey, check it out. X Games, baby. You're watching right now. Watching X Games always makes me happy. I think we 2nd and 3rd that. My money is on Leticia Buffoni. Let's get that X Games gold. Well, she's done that before. 6 previous times.
No big deal.
Love to see the comments in the mix. If you're watching, let us know. Who's your pick? What are you enjoying? What do you like about the course? So here's Zhang. Trying right now to get into that top 8, sitting in 11th right now. How to throw away that score of 34 from run number 1.
Nice, going on that front nose grind down the hubba. Looking really solid. She's a really great skater. She actually won the Exposure Best Trick event last November with a kickflip back 50. And I'm hoping to see some of that flair here today. Nice kick flipping up and over. That is a long gap. It's hard to tell from that angle, but there's like grass in there, there's that rail, and you gotta go high and far, basically. Oh, going for the front 50 down the double set. Just kind of leaned back a little bit, so it got away from her. Maybe she hadn't even tried that yet. Unfortunately, won't be making it to finals with that. But we've certainly seen her do really well in contests in the past. It won't be the last we see of her.
Tough day for the lone Chinese skater in our field here today. But good to see her out here. There were certainly some moments there on run number 2. And that score of 68 actually jumps up into the top 8, and with that, actually officially eliminates Aori Nishimura.
Wow. Wow. That is surprising, but really great news for her. And the thing is, though, we still have Hina Maeda. She has an incredible style. She skates really fast, and I just hope that she can showcase to us what her style really looks like, because it's super fun to watch. Nice kick flipping up that gap. Once again, it is tall, it is long, hard to tell from that angle. Nice feeble.
She does have some first place finishes in her X Games career, but has never touched the podium here at X Games. Can she just get on into the final here today?
I think it's very possible. So far, she's fitting a good amount of tricks into her run. She's the only one that's used that ledge so far. That was definitely fun to see. Nice back 180 up the Euro. There's a little Euro gap there as well for those of you that can't see from that angle. Nice Smith grind. Back disaster. Full pull from Hina.
An absolute 180 from her first run, Amelia. Trying to climb that ladder. Zhang sitting in that 8th spot with a score of 68.
See that gap? Oh. It's got grass, it's got concrete, it's got a rail. It's pretty long and it's pretty tall.
It's got all the things.
It's got all the things. Nice little 50-50. over the flower gap. And this beautifully executed Smith grind. That was a really solid run from Hina.
Does it best at 68 though, and get her into the top 8. A 69.
Nice, getting into that 8th place with that.
And with that, Hina jumping up into the top 8, and unfortunately Zhang getting eliminated. Wow, a lot of moving and shaking here just on the last 2 or 3 runs.
I hear she feebled a 10-stair double set at LES Skate Park on Go Skateboarding Day.
My.
That's lengthy. I wonder if we're going to see that. No, I guess if she's regular, she's not going to be able to do it on this course, but certainly no stranger to big handrails then.
Now, can Pamela Rosa follow that same recipe from last into the top 8? Because that was Hina. Hina was sitting in 13th place, jumped up into 8th. Pamela is on the back end trying to move up, and now she's got her work cut out for her, Amelia.
Right now, the top 8 has all landed full runs. They've not stepped off their board, so it's going to be tough for Pamela to break into that. But as the fastest skater on the course, it could have been possible, except that run, that fall. I think, unfortunately, we'll have to count Pamela out. You know, this is a different course than she typically shines on, because she, once again, she likes to go really fast.
Yes.
So having a course that is a bit more directional, a bit more flowy certainly serves Pamela. So maybe this wasn't really her place to shine, but ending with the kickflip at least, you know?
So that'll do it for Pamela Rosa's day. And with that, we've got 4 skaters left to drop in for their final runs, and they're all in the top 8. So our top 8 is officially set. We just don't necessarily know the positioning of that, which can have some direction when it comes to the drop list for the finals.
Absolutely. It definitely serves you to finish with a higher result, because then you get to see what everyone else did, and that will kind of inform your decisions on how hard you have to send it, basically.
Great point. Liz Akama sitting in 4th, seemingly a safety run on her first run, and I was excited to see what she would have for run 2 now that she knows she's in the final.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Liz?
Really? She started her run with a front feeble 180? Are you kidding me?
Liz, you're already in the final.
Wow. You know, she still seems so calm, cool, and collected. I know she knows she's in the final, but she's clearly practicing for the final and really probably wants to have that first place spot so she can go last.
Isn't there that mentality as we watch this, that mentality of sometimes it's not just enough to get in, but to win the qualifier, so to speak, right? That top-ranked qualifier, that means something to a certain mentality of skateboarder.
Absolutely. I think, you know, we've seen skaters, for example, Nija is one, who thrive on that scenario, because then the pressure's on, it just counts on that one last run, and they're the one who gets to put the stamp on not only the qualifiers, but also the finals. And that was, you know, not her best run, but seeing her throw that front feeble 180 in there, that was awesome. I think that is a new one from her. We saw her do that in Rome for one of her best tricks, but that just goes to show how cool of an approach Liz has, because to lock in, to be grinding essentially backwards, and then to spin out of that, just
Amelia,
really technical.
I can't believe it. I just feel like her skating is elevated since we saw her in Japan for X Games in Chiba just a couple of months ago. It's amazing what she's been doing, and she is absolutely going to be a podium threat in that final.
Speaking of podium threats.
So how does Chloe Covell approach this second run? We know she has some of the most technical tricks in the field. I was gonna say, does she take it easy here? Nope.
No.
Nope.
Oh my goodness. I just love seeing her do that, and seeing her do that so consistently is a testament to how dominant Chloe is about to be.
Again, it should be noted, when you're this good and you're 13 years old, the idea of like taking anything off probably doesn't really register. Like, what does it matter? I'm skateboarding.
No,
I'm gonna go
she
for
is
it.
full throttle, honestly. And speaking of which, setting up for that big handrail now. Nice, solid front 50 down that. And, you know, I heard that she actually learned switch flips before she learned regular flips. Oh, that bell is functioning. I did not know that. That's fun.
And I didn't even know we had a bell here.
She learned how to switch kickflip before she learned how to regular kickflip, and I think that...
And she broke it.
Oh, no.
Wow.
But what I'm saying is, not only is her regular kickflip really good, despite the fact that she learned to switch first, but the fact that she's so dominant in her non-dominant stance as well, that's really going to set her apart
And
in
again,
this field.
this big rail, I say it, and I mean it, especially when you're 4'10". That's huge. Let's get another replay.
She looks
Dude,
so
she
surprised.
didn't even get to ring it. She had to physically hit the bell.
Oh, gosh.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I don't know. I'd say it's faulty engineering on that bell. I'm not going to blame it on Chloe.
So Chloe Covell will hold on to her first run score. She will stay in that third spot. Breeza, this course is so cool with a couple of exclamation points. OMG, look at this classic X Games skate park design. I love it. It really is. It's a throwback to another year. Nina Meda just smashed her run. Yes, she did. We agree with you there, Benjamin Chapman. Keep the comments flowing here as we're wrapping up Elimination. Leticia Buffoni, 30 years old. The oldest competitor in this field, the most dominant in this field, and she's moving on to the final.
Oh, just stepping off that tray flip. That is an upgrade already from her last run, so you can tell she's practicing for the final, and she's transferring down from the top level of the course to the lower level of the course. Yeah, she's getting ready for the finals. And once again, she's a skater who's all about flow. So she's trying to find a way. She's like, I like this top level, but how do I get to the bottom level? I'm just going to gap into it. Why not? I love it. Full send Leticia is just so fun to watch.
Oh! But Leticia is a perfect example of that. It's not just a feel-good story that she's moving on to the final. Given her resume, she absolutely expects to be on that podium and contend for gold. So taking this opportunity, even on run 2, to show something outside of the box. And she almost rolls away with this.
She's got to lean forward a little bit more. I'm sure she's aware of that herself, but that's going to be a really cool way to link her full run in the finals.
Well, her skating is just so different from the rest of this field, and she's proven it time and time again, and we all win getting to see Leticia here today, and then also moving on to the finals, of course.
You know, honestly, I know that she's the most decorated in this field, but making it to the finals is no easy feat, even when you've done it,
100%.
you know, 25,000 times before.
I'm not even going to research that. You must be correct. Momiji Nishia just goes down hard.
You know, honestly, I think she fell asleep. She was like, it's too easy. I'm just grinding in the rest of my run. Oh, wait.
Cruise control.
She's just so relaxed. She forgot she was mid 50-50.
She's like, you know what? Maybe this is a throwaway, but Chris Gregson, our follow cam, is still with her. So she's like, I guess I got to keep going here.
I love how relaxed her style is. It just goes to show how much control she has over her skating.
So, Amelia, I ask you this, with that 85.33, and the bell got fixed. Momiji showing how it's done. Throwing up the X. So, Momiji is our top-ranked qualifier. We have to imagine the rest of this field that are moving on, the 8 others that are joining her, have something up their sleeve. But just what you saw from Momiji's first run, what's it going to take to best her for a gold medal?
It's definitely going to take that flow and linking together this course. And as we saw, Leticia is trying to do that here.
Right.
But as you see, like Momiji starts on top. She starts right off with a heel flip, and then she transfers down to the bottom of the course. And she's just very, very consistent. And that's going to go a long way, fitting consistent tricks into your run.
And our top 8 are set. Momiji, our top-ranked qualifier, but 2 other former gold medalists join her in that field with Mariah Duran and Leticia Buffoni. let's head down to Corbin Harris.
Yeah, what an amazing women's skateboard street elimination we had there. The real story is this is your first X Games, Shiloh. I've been watching you on Instagram and all your social. I love your stuff in the streets. What was it like for the first time being here at X Games?
It was pretty crazy to be competing with like all of the girls that I look up to, and they're all so crazy good. And I was really nervous, and I definitely was not expecting to land my first run, but I'm really excited that I did. So it's just amazing to be here.
Hey, that was amazing. What's your strategy now moving into the final after you got that first one done? You must be feeling the pressure off.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling like really excited to be into the finals. I definitely was not expecting that, and I think I'm just gonna try to do everything that I can to do my best in the finals.
Hey, we want to see it. Congratulations, that's amazing. Brando, one of the best out there today. We're excited to see her in the finals.
I can't think of a better preview for the final than what we just saw here in eliminations. Congratulations to our top 8 who move on in the Women's Skateboard Street Final for Corbin Harris, Amelia Brodka. I'm Brandon Graham saying thank you so much for watching. Stick around, plenty of action here coming up at X Games California.